Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and Merry Christmas. I'm hoping to upload this video on Christmas Day, so if I manage that then I hope you're having a fantastic Christmas day. I've got a lot of new products to try and I'm very excited. The main thing that I'm excited for is this Plouise palette, which was sent to me by two of my lovely friends, Thankyou, Kylie and Nemesis. As soon as I saw this palette I was like, I really want this palette. Under the Mistletoe is what it's called. It's a Plouise love tape. Look at the colour story of this. It is Christmas. It is gorgeous. And I've also got quite a few other new bits to try, so this is exciting. I even have a new eye primer, which is very rare for me, so exciting times. So I'm going to start off with my new primer, which is the Juvia's Place eye primer, and it is in shade 1, which is the lightest shade, I believe. I'm not a fan of eye primers that squirt out like this. I much prefer it if they've got a doe foot that you can actually put on your eye, but I'm going to give it a go. Oh! It squirted on me. Oh my god. It's a little bit watery. A little bit of water has just come out of this. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is so watery. I think I need to shake that up. Oh, that was so watery. Oh, that wasn't a good start, guys. Yeah, I've shaken it up and I've just decided to put it on one of my little coasters from Cosmetics. That was awful. And now I've got a splodge of where it squirted on me. I'm not going to use it like that again. I think I'm just going to always put it onto a little coaster instead because that was so watery and horrible and straight in my eyeball. Okay. Let's use it like this. I think I've taken quite a lot. Wow, this is very wet and creamy. I'm just going to take it out here because I've got no idea if I'm going to go out there, but I've also got a lot of product on my eye and I don't like it to be that thick. Didn't realise it was going to cover this much. At this point I could probably do my whole face with it. So I think I'm going to have to start out with this dark green, which is called Embrace. It's the deepest shade in the palette and it looks gorgeous. And I love greens. If you haven't been here before, I absolutely love green eyeshadow. So that was going to have to be a must. I'm just going to pop this on the outer corner. I'm not going to do anything extremely fancy and amazing. I don't want to be here all day because I do have other products to try as well. And this will be the longest video if I'm here doing a really intricate look. But I was impressed with the other love tape that I tried, which was the Going Solo love tape. So I'm hoping this one lives up to my expectations. I have done a lot of green and red looks lately. Well, I feel like I have. But, I mean, it's Christmas, it's fine. Let's just take it a little bit on the lower lash line as well. And the pigment on this is really nice. That is lovely and deep. Then I'm going to take my Morphe M507 and I'm just going to go into the shade Butterflies, which has got little butterfly indentations, which is gorgeous. So it's this green here. I suppose you would get butterflies if you was kissing somebody under the mistletoe. And I'll just try and work on the beginnings of a blend. I'm just going to dip into a little bit of that Embrace dark green again, just to blend these greens together a bit more. They seem to be wanting to blend, which is good, and the pigment is really nice. It is always a bit of a concern when I use a new eye base as to whether the shadows are going to perform well on a new base that I'm not used to. Then on a Morphe M506 I'm going to take the shade Perfect Timing, which is the lighter green, and blend that green out even further. These are definitely blending really nicely together. I am very impressed so far. I really do like the Plouise formula. It's not my favourite in the entire world, but I know that it is reliable for what I want it to do. Ooh, I'm really liking how this is looking. I don't want this to be the longest video though, so I am going to jump off, work on the blend a bit, and then we'll come back and dive into some more mattes. Okay, then I think I want to take the shade Meant to Be, which is this one here. It is a brownie red, and I'm just going to pop this on my Jessup 230 Luxe pencil brush next to that green, because I want to end up going into some reds, but I didn't want to go straight into red and it not be as blended as I can possibly get it. Then with the same brush, I'm just going to dip into first, I think I'll try the pucker up shade, which is this nice red here, and then I might dip into a little bit of this one, which is mistletoe. Yeah, I'm going to go into a little bit of mistletoe, which is the brighter red, just for right near the inner corner. I do just want a clean brush though to go over the edges of this red and diffuse it a little. Then on a BB208, I'm just going to put those reds on the lower lash line as well, and just more or less mimic what we did on the lid. I am really impressed with the quality of those mattes so far, and I'm excited to go into the shimmers. So I think I'm going to put a cut crease on, but I do have something new to try before I put my cut crease on. And instead of being lazy and just putting some Plouise on top of what's already here, which is the primer that we originally used and some of the eyeshadow, I'm actually going to remove it, which is a bit scary to me, because then I could bugger it all up a lot easier and a lot quicker. However, I do have the new Thankyou Crystal Plouise Cut Carver. I'm so excited to try this. It's cute, it's in a love heart. It smells amazing. It's probably a bit like Vaseline, but maybe a slight bit better because it's actually for this, but we'll see how this goes. I'm just going to take a Plouise 7072 flat brush and mark out where I'm expecting my cut crease to be, hopefully neatly. The only reason that I don't like doing it like this is because I don't feel like when you've put something like this on, you can see where you're going and where you've been. That's why I just like to go straight in with the Plouise or concealer or whatever I'm using to cut my crease. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be a learning curve. I will keep practicing with this if I'm no good, but I'm just going to put my brush in. Oh, it does smell super, super nice. And hopefully, oh yeah, mark out what I want to remove. Yeah, it is a lot more difficult to see with this. I can sort of see where I'm going-ish. So then I'm just going to try and remove that. I'm just going to get a makeup wipe. Scary times, scary times. Try and remove where I've just put that. Oh my god. That was so easy. Like, the line is there. Wow. Yeah, that definitely does what it says it does. Absolutely love that for removing that. That worked super, super well. I did sort of struggle to see where I was going a little bit, which is what I was worried about, but that works so, so well. I'm just going to go in and cut my crease with my Plouise base in Rumour 01. Okay, then I'm just going to take one of the brushes that I had the green on earlier. Now I've put my cut crease on. And just make sure there's no harsh edges. Okay, so the two shimmers, Fireworks and In My Feelings. Fireworks is the gold. They both look stunning. I think either would go really, really nicely with this look, but I'm thinking because, you know, it's Christmas, we want to go all out, I'm thinking the gold. Okay, I have sprayed it a little just so it goes on easier. And oh, wow, I like that gold a lot. I'll just take a little bit of green just to go over the very edges of this gold so it looks nice and blended, and then we will move on. I'm going to take a little bit of the shimmery green, which is In My Feelings, and I'm going to spray it, and I want to pop that in the inner corner. That's nice. Oh, that is nice. Just dragged it under the lower lash line a bit as well, and that is really pretty. I'm going to work on the blend on the outside of what I've done when I've got my base on. So let's go on to base because I have an exciting new product to try. I have got the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation and I have it in the shade Too Cool. Because I'm too cool? Yeah? No. I went on the website to try and shade match myself, and my favourite ever foundation that's the closest I've got to my skin tone is the NARS Soft Matte Foundation in Mont Blanc. So this is what it recommended for me. I would never have picked a cool foundation for myself, but we're going to see how this goes. I've already pre-wet my sponge. Here's one I prepared earlier. This is the coloured Rain sponge. It's just super soft and lovely. So it's got a pump. It's not a new foundation out. It's very new to me. I'm excited to try it. And let's put some, I don't know if I've squirted too much here. Let me take some off. Eek. And we'll see. Oh, it smells good. Wasn't expecting it to smell good. I have no idea why. I went in with one of my lovely friends for an order on the Charlotte Tilbury website, and it turned out that I got this foundation for like £10 because she was already ordering 2. So that was a bargain. Otherwise I don't think I'd have bought this. I think it's like over £30, and my NARS Soft Matte, which is my holy grail, that is, you know, expensive to me, and that's something like 28. So I'm hoping I don't love this foundation because I will have to buy it again at full price. But I mean, I'm hoping it's nice. I'm not sure about the colour yet. I don't know. Does this match me? I don't know. I'm terrible at finding foundations that match me. It is not one of my skills in life, but it seems to be going on nice with the sponge. Obviously, I'm not going to know how it wears just in this video. But I'm going to keep testing it, keep trying it out, and see if it's one for me. I do have dry skin. Quite dry skin, and I have primed today with my NYX Marshmallow Primer, which I always use, and I find works really well for me. So that's the only thing I've got on underneath this. I'm not actually sure what sort of finish is this. It says stays all day and all night. Wow, that's quite a claim. But does it stay looking good all day and all night? It says a full coverage foundation with a flawless matte long-lasting finish. That's interesting because I love the NARS Soft Matte, absolutely love it to death, and I never really went for matte foundations before just because I've got dry skin, but it's my favourite. So this is matte as well, so that's good. I'm hoping that means I'll love it also. And I do have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powdery thing as well to go over the top to set this, because I don't have to set my NARS, which I love, and it doesn't sit in my lines. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to set this or not, but I feel like already it's not sitting on my pores and in my lines as nicely as the NARS does. So I'm tempted to set this, but first I do have a few cream products to try. I mean, that's not a bad shade match, right? That's not bad. So another first impression is the Barry M Contour Chisel Cheeks Cream. It looks a bit dark. I'm not sure if it's going to be blendable. Yeah, we'll give it a go. Doesn't smell of anything. Okay. Haven't contoured properly for quite a while, so not too sure if I'm going to make a balls up of this or not. So just bear with. And I'm just gonna see how well this blends out and if it's a good colour. I mean, I did think it did look a little dark, but once it's blended out, which it seems to be doing, I mean, it did come in a 2-pack. It did have a sort of highlighty shade as well, but I don't really use those. I just more wanted it for this contour shade. And yeah, it seems to be blending out. No issues with that. Now this is technically going to be a second impression because I did use this yesterday for the first time. It's the Colourpop Cheek Dew Serum Blush. And this is in the shade Hibiscus. and I've seen a few people not like this because it separates, like it sort of has oil, but because I only opened mine yesterday, it hasn't had the chance to separate because I pulled the little seal off. So it's still looking fairly good, mine. Let me just squeeze some out on another one of my Titmouse palettes. Please check out Titmouse Cosmetics. They are amazing. So I've just plopped a little bit out and I'm going to dip my sponge in. That is the plan and how I'm going to attack it. And ooh, that was a lot. Let's wipe this off and see if it works nicely. I can't remember if I used it with a sponge or with a brush yesterday. I think it may have been a brush. And it applies so much nicer with a sponge, FYI. Yeah. It's not a colour I'd usually gravitate towards. However, with looks with red in them, I feel like this is a really nice blush shade. It doesn't look like it's taking off anything that's underneath. I do think it does definitely work better with a sponge though, as opposed to a brush. I'm just going to set my face with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in shade 1. I am very careful with this. I don't like to use a lot because there's not a lot of product and it's expensive. But you would think, surely, this is the perfect powder to set this foundation with. Don't mind my fish face. Let's just make sure these forehead lines are going to be okay. It's going to be okay, boys. It's going to be okay. Okay, so far I'm thinking, now I've set this, my base isn't looking too bad. It's actually quite nice. It's definitely not the worst foundation that I've tried when I first put it on. Obviously I need to see how it wears, but so far I'm not mad at it. It looks okay. This sort of area between my brows and my forehead isn't as nice as the NARS foundation, the soft matte, so far, but I mean, it's looking pretty good. I can't remember if I've tried this before. I feel like I may have tried this once before, quite a while ago, when my gorgeous friend sent me this, because it is the Glamlight Sugar High highlighter. That is the word. And it is very gold and glittery. And if you can't use a gold glittery highlight at Christmas, when can you? I'm just going to dip my brush in. This is the only highlight that I've got that's a loose powder. But we'll just... I don't know why I'm doing highlight and I haven't even done bronzer. I just saw it in front of me and then... That is so nice. I saw it in front of me and then got carried away. So... yeah, just bear with while I just stare at this gorgeous, beautiful highlighter. Wow, that's nice. And although it's gold, and I don't always go for gold, I don't feel like it's too dark on my skin. I don't feel like it doesn't match. I think it's really nice. I like that you can close the little stopper as well. That is absolutely gorgeous. It's the first thing I've ever tried from Glamlight. I do want a lot more from them. So many palettes, but that is absolutely stunning. I love that. It's called Sugar High, the shade. I'm just going to go in with my normal Ofra bronzer because I don't have a new one to try, and then we'll come back when I have something else that is new. These aren't new, but I just thought I'd tell you what Plouise paints I'm going to use for my waterline today. I'm going to use a combination of Flaming Firecracker, which actually I don't think I've used before. It's a gorgeous red, and the cosmetic paint by Plouise in Exotic Apple. And obviously I'm going to put the green in the outer corner and then the red in the inner portion. Okay guys, so I've even put my lashes on now. These are the Plouise Cut the Check lashes. What the lovely Kylie sent to me, and they are stunning. I am obsessed with these lashes. These might be my new favourite, you know. They were super easy to put on and they just look so fluffy and curled and beautiful. The only new lips that I've got are also from my lovely friend Kylie, and I do have this dark green here. You was thinking red or nude, weren't you? Yes, I like to mix it up. This is the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in Equality, and I've got no idea if this is going to look crazy at the end, but we're going to see. We're not going to talk about how badly that this lip is applied at all, but effective, festive, and I'm thinking I might even take a little bit of this light green shimmer, which is in My Feelings, and just dab it over a little bit. Are we feeling more festive-y with this? Ew. What are we saying? We've just taken that up a notch, haven't we? The Christmas notch has been cranked. Oh, I am obsessed now. That lip is everything. Putting that green on top of the other green, that has changed the game. I really like everything I've tried, to be honest. I can't fault anything, which is a bit crazy. Let's go through everything and talk about what I like and why. Okay, so we started with the eye primer. Apart from the fact that it squirted me in the eye and was full of water and it needed shaking up, which probably I should have realised to do anyway. I think putting it on a little palette and squeezing it out onto that and then dipping my brush into it as opposed to putting it straight on my eye is the way to go. I'm not mad at it. I think the colour was okay, a little on the light side. It's a little bit dry and I do have dry eyelids, but having said that, it's not as bad as MAC Paint Pot. I do actually quite like this eye primer and I definitely want to try it out a bit more. The palette, I absolutely love the palette. What a fantastic palette for Christmas. It is absolutely stunning. If you was travelling to your family's house and you wanted a look for Christmas Day, nice little travel palette to take with you to make a nice festive look. The shimmers are absolutely gorgeous in this, especially that green. I'm loving it on top of this lip. Yeah, can't fault this at all. I think it is an amazing palette. This is actually probably one of my favourite palettes in my collection now. It's just one of those that grabs me. Pigment was nice, it was blendable. I mean, if you like the Plouise formula, this is exactly the same as all the other Plouise palettes that I have tried and I'm not disappointed. The foundation. I can't believe how good the colour matches. I mean, I have put some bronzer on my neck, so, you know. But even when I was putting it on, that is actually quite a good colour match. It's a bit of a bougie foundation because it's not the cheapest. So glad I got it for a tenner. Thank you so much, Crystal. Yeah, I'm not mad at the colour at all. I like the... I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous, the packaging. It does feel very luxe. I really like the fact it's got a pump on the top. I much prefer that than the squeezy bottle that's the NARS Soft Matte. It would have been nice with a pump. Really like this foundation. It went on really well and it's not that dissimilar on my skin to the NARS Soft Matte. I was thinking, oh, is this going to be more watery? Is this going to settle into my lines? It's actually looking really nice right now. Don't know how it's going to look by the end of the day, but I'm impressed with this so far. So, wow. The contour stick, really liked it, blended out really easily, wasn't too much of a dark colour, a little bargain from Barry M. Obsessed with this highlight. It looks wet, shiny, delicious. It's my only loose powder highlight and it is absolutely stunning. I'm definitely going to be using this more and more and more. I love it so much. I don't order from Glamlight. Like I say, this was a present from one of my lovely friends. Glamlight, yeah, shipping. Possibly customs. I don't even know if they do customs from Glamlight if it's over a certain amount. Yeah, it's just so expensive, but I absolutely love this highlight. The Cheek Dew, which technically I did use yesterday. However, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I really like it. I think it definitely goes better with a sponge. It does say it's a serum rather than anything else. I think if you treat it well and, you know, put it on with a sponge, I think that's the best possible thing you can do with it. However,
someone is at the front door.
But yeah, I don't know if this is going to separate on me or not and become oily and weird. I'll have to see. And the liquid lip, I've tried the Jeffree Star liquid lip lots of times before, but not this shade. I really like it when it's applied nicely. And yeah, with this shade on top of it, I just think it adds something extra special. The Cut Carver. Who knew? Who knew? It's easy. It's so easy. It smells really nice. I love it. Not sure if it's worth, is it £15? Maybe you could just use Vaseline, but I am so happy that I've got this. It did make it a lot easier to remove everything that was underneath, so that's going to be handy for really intricate looks where I need to keep removing different parts of the eyeshadow, so I'm really pleased that I've got this. So those are all my first impressions for all the new little things that I had to try, and I hope you have a lovely Christmas, guys, and I hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.